Hi, I am Lainey Wu, and this is a teacher's appreciation post. Um, I recently was thinking about one of my teachers in school coming up in particular, and I wanted to come on here and express my appreciation for her. But then I decided to express my appreciation for all of my teachers that I've had coming up, um, and the great things that they have instilled and lessons that I learned, that now as an adult, I'm able to look back on and say, wow, they really did that. They really went above and beyond what they needed to do. And it stuck because I'm still thinking about it now, as an adult. So, and then all of that was precipitated and triggered because I follow this lady on my social media. I think her IG name is Sonia Marie, and she's a kindergarten teacher. Oh, she is so good. And a part of her content is kind of sharing with us some of the things that she does in the classroom. She has a slushy machine. She makes slushies for her kids. They get really excited about that, but it's a deal, it's a part of a deal for good behavior that she has with them. And it's sometimes unsaid, and I think it's magical how she kind of set that up that way. Anyway, I just love her and all the things she does in the classroom and her relationship with her students and the mutual respect that they have, and the love that they have for her and the love that she has for them, and the things that she teaches them. Um, it's a reminder for me that learning can be fun. It was fun at one time. So it's a definite reminder of that. And that I was there one time. I was in school. I was young. I was enjoying learning and having a good time and wanting to go to school. So it's a definite reminder of that in my experiences coming up through school. And it definitely triggered a memory of my third grade teacher. Her name was Beverly Johnson, and I remember her. And I remember she had short, thick black hair, and I think she was short. It's hard to tell when you're little because everybody's little. But I think she was petite, like short, and she used to eat cheddar popcorn almost every day. That was a staple for her, I remember. And she did not play. She did not play. She disciplined us definitely when we needed to. You did not want to be caught acting up in her class. And it was a private school, it was a Christian private school where you had like multiple grades in one classroom. So you could have like maybe first, second, and third grade in one classroom. Yeah. So I was in the third grade and I had a boyfriend in my class. His name was Quentin. I remember that. And we had some type of field trip or something where we went to an arcade or something. And he had won this ring out of one of the, I don't know, those machines with the little hands or whatever. So he won a ring from there or something. And he gave me the ring. And it was just a little ring with like fake little glass jewels in it or whatever. But I wore it because it was nice, whatever. He got mad at me for some reason, and I don't really remember why. Like what were the details around that? I don't remember. But he got mad and asked for the ring back. And so I gave him the ring back. Then he proceeded to pluck all of the jewels out of the ring and give it back to me. And I'm like, dude, I don't really want it now. It doesn't have the jewels in it. Like, it's not worth anything to me. And we were in class at that time, and we were told to get up and line up. We were going somewhere. Maybe it was recess, I don't know, somewhere outside of our classroom. It could have been lunch. but we stood up and he was behind me. And I remember he was mad because I didn't want the ring back. And he started to kick the back of my feet. I mean, like, and I just remember like, why is he kicking me? Well, Miss Johnson saw that and was, no, you don't. No, you do not. Okay, you gonna go back there, told him to go and grab some tissue from the back of the room, because everybody brings tissues and that's our tissue location, whatever. Goes back there, gets the tissue, comes back, and I'm like, what is he gonna do with the tissue? I'm thinking. And she tells him to get down on his knees and wipe the back of my feet where he kicked. Both feet. That's what she said. And so he does. And I'm just like, I'm kind of humbled by it because I wasn't expecting that. What I was expecting in the third grade, I don't know, but I wasn't expecting that. And so when he finishes wiping the back of my feet, he gets up and she says, no, you apologize. You don't ever kick somebody like that. What do you think this is? You don't do that. You don't put your hands on somebody. You apologize to her. And so he apologized. But I was just so like, I don't know, kind of stunned in the moment. I could not kind of digest, and especially as a third grader, but as an adult, I was able to look back at that moment and understand that, wow, she really set the foundations for me about how to be treated. It seems simple, but it's not. She set the tone for me in terms of what should be allowed and what should not be allowed in the third grade. And so everything that happened from that point on, was layered with that foundation. And so I totally give thanks and have so much gratitude to her in that she gave me that experience at such a young age that kind of shaped my mind in terms of how to deal with abuse and mistreatment, how to identify it, she laid the foundation for that. And for that, I give thanks to her for that. And so teachers play such an intricate and valuable role in the lives of children. And I just want to say thank you. I appreciate all that you do and all that you've done in my life and in the lives of the students that you teach. And I want to let you know that it doesn't go. I'm not letting it go unnoticed. The impact that you've had in my life, Miss Beverly Johnson, but it's not only her, it was also, and Miss Beverly Johnson was a Black lady. And so for me, learning that from a Black, soon to be Black woman, learning that from a Black woman was invaluable, but like I said, it wasn't just Miss Johnson, it was also Miss York, who was my 9th grade algebra teacher, who was so soft-spoken and sweet, but she brought such an interesting energy to algebra, making it interesting, making me want to learn more, making me want to do well in her class. So I give thanks for her for bringing the interest around algebra for me, because I was one of those people that said that I don't like math, but in Miss York's class, I liked math. I liked algebra. So, and that's credit to her and her teaching skill. So give thanks for her. But it wasn't just Miss York. It was also Mrs. Wright, my 11th grade English teacher. She was a phenomenal student. Phenomenal teacher who, as an adult now, talking to my mom, who was also a teacher, okay, so that doesn't fall, on deaf ears, okay? But as an adult, learning from my mom that she was trading notes with Mrs. Wright because they were both English teachers. I did not know that. So again, kudos to Mrs. Wright for making English and writing so interesting for me, and hobnobbing it with my mom behind my back, like appreciation nonetheless. But it wasn't just the women teachers. There was also Mr. Brown, who was my government teacher in high school, and he made government interesting, made me want to know more about things that I just naturally tuned out usually, but I wanted to know more because he made it seem interesting. So I wanted to know. And he was very nice looking as well. And those who went to school with me, y'all remember Mr. Brown and his eyes. Anyway, appreciation, Mr. Brown. But then there was Dr. Avon Drake. He was a professor in college for me, and he taught African American studies. And he really started my thirst on learning more about African American history, more about African history, and all the things, ATRs. Like, he started that for me, Dr. Avon Drake. And I so appreciate him and all the things that I learned from him about SNCC, all the things about Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. Like, he started that for me. He planted the seed for me. So I give thanks for him, Dr. Avon Drake. But it wasn't just him. It was also Professor Rosalie, who gave me all the things that Dr. Avon Drake gave me, but from a Black woman perspective, So she taught me Black female intellectuals, opened my eyes tremendously, introduced me to so many different people that I still study to this day, Angela Davis. But we didn't stop there, like Toni Morrison, like Assata Shakur, like all of them. And would lend herself, to you outside of class to talk about these things. Fueled my hunger for knowledge tremendously. And I really feel like that is what educators are supposed to do. So that is what led me to do this teacher appreciation, because I just need you guys to know that your job, your role that you play in this world is invaluable. It's needed so much. And I appreciate all that you do. And I appreciate all that you do without things, without support, You still do it, and you still do a tremendous job. And so I want to thank you for the impact that you've had in my life, in the things that I learned, in the ways that I go about my life. I give thanks. Thank you. And thank you to all teachers for everything that you do. I will forever be grateful. I give thanks. Okay. Appreciation post done. All right. I will check you next time. I'm Lainey Wu.